Hello and welcome to Mr. E's Watch Reviews. Today, we happen to have a very special unboxing. I know I say that every time, but they're always special to me. But the reason why this one's special is San Martin is giving me first dibs to show y'all in person the new sword hand model of the Sn0111g. There's another gentleman that got to show you all the Mercedes hands version, but I've got the very first one because they're not releasing this. Like, if you do the pre-order right now, y'all's won't go out until the 20th of this month. But here it is. This is the 8th, and I got mine. So, But again, it's also because they want me to tell y'all all about it, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, what all does this say? Oh, okay, it's got that stuff. That's my address and shit. Y'all don't need that. I mean, some of y'all do. Because, some of y'all have been helping me out and sending me stuff and let me borrow things and all that good jazz. Which, by the way, anybody, if y'all want to talk or chit-chat, like I said, I have an Instagram. It's also called Mr. E's Watch Reviews. It's the same name as the channel here. Of course, you got your San Martin handy-dandy tools. We got a spring bar and a little screwdriver. Looks like they extended the screwdriver so you have at least a little shank on it now. Before, you basically got the tip. Just the tip. Nothing more than the tip. All right, so let's go ahead and pull this bad boy out. Looks like they wrapped it up nice and good. Toss that box over there. So there's one box. Oh, no. So far it's been a bag inside of a box with another box and some bubble wrap. I'll take that out. Yeah, pop that off. Here we go. Hang on a second. I got a Luminox back there in the background. Somebody gave me this watch a few months ago. I got to get the battery replaced in it, or get a battery for it. I actually got that one, and they told me it was an expensive watch when they bought it. Or when they bought it, they were told it was an expensive watch. Let's see, of course, all the typical San Martin stuff. Let's see, I'm sure this isn't filled out. Oh, no, it actually has a date on there. But again, no watch model. So, is what it is. We'll toss that over to the side with the rest of the other watch boxes. I do like these new little cases that they have been putting these things in. Much, much nicer, much easier to store. Again, if you're going to also be traveling, you want to, you can wear one watch and use this as a nice little travel case and that kind of jazz. All right, so let's pop this bad boy on out of here. Ooh, look at that. Yeah. That's right, nice looking. Oh, she already running too? Wow. That's nice. Took very little to get it going. Now, what's so crazy is that I checked the tracking information before I left work, and it said this was in Anchorage, Alaska. So there you go for the tracking information. I come home and found it sitting on my porch. Man, let's get this thing all unwrapped real fast. Let's see what all it looks like. Yeah, today should be a different kind of day. Nope, I guess it's not going to be. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that's why. I forgot San Martin likes to do this. They like to double wrap it. They wrap it in a saran wrap around there, and then they put stickers all over everything. Tag on it. All right, so that goes this way. Get this bad boy all undone. I want to see that glide lock. I wants to see that glide lock. Man. This bracelet. Like, it looks like the typical San Martin bracelet, but this feels better. Like the edges and everything, like that feels a lot better than it normally does. Wow. And of course, this one has female end links. Instead of, their typical male links. Go ahead and take that one off the back. All right, let's check this out. All right, get all the stickers off. This is what we all really came to see. This is the whole reason why I even bought this. It's just really so I could get a good look at this glide lock system. All right, so y'all can see it in there. It says push. Hey, well, I'm pushing. Is that all the farther it goes? Oh, I guess so. Okay, so it was already kind of out. So that's what it was. Man, that works good, though. Look, it stays right there at the end. Man, that is dope as fuck, buddy. That is a game changer and a half. Because I already did like their clasp. And I'm not a huge fan of the double pusher, but I was like, man, this really isn't too bad because it's nice and milled and all that kind of good stuff. But man, oh man, that is a game changer. Look, I've already asked, and they said that they're going to sell like this link and the clasp separately at some point. So I will be upgrading all of my San Martins to that clasp. Now let's check out the bezel action. Oh, hold on, is it? No, it's got to be smudges or something. The hell? Okay, I thought I saw cracks on the lens. I was like, what? No backplay. That's good. Yep, no backplay. Lines up correctly. All right. Does it? Hang on. I'm off center of the camera. Yeah, it does. I was going to say it does in my eye. I don't know. It might be a little. Nah, it looks like it might be a teeny bit off to the right. Just a teeny bit. So the bezel just a teeny bit off. Like you can see the little hash mark. It's not directly underneath of. That's directly above the 12. So, because I think if we go one more click, yeah, it's on the other side of it. So I got the bezel. It's off half a little dash. It's not too terribly noticeable, but it's like looking at it by my eye, I'm not picking up on it, but I definitely seen it on the camera. You know what I'm saying? Like I can see it on the camera lens, but when I look at it in person, it's not that far off that my eye really picks up on it. Another thing I'm picking up here, like the indices are kind of they're white, but they've got like a little yellowish hue to them, where the numbers out here are like very crisp white. So you know what I'm saying? Like the indices and the bezel don't quite match. Again, not saying that they have to, but it's just one of them things. Again, I wanted the sword hand model because y'all know me. I like my Genos, and I like the sword hands because it gives you much more surface area for your glow in the dark stuff. The case finish on this one is friggin' excellent. I really like. I'm kind of digging the whole brushed sides more than the polished. I know that's kind of deviating from what it's supposed to be, homaging, because what I'm saying, it's actually kind of funny because with ceramic bezel and glide lock, this is more of a Genot homage than it is the Rolex. And I'm going to have to do a comparison, I think, between this one and my Genots. And again, this comes with an NH35A, so it's not going to be a straight up fair comparison because, SW200. But like the way these end links and everything fit, this shit fits perfectly. I don't feel no lip, no gap. Everything's tight. That shit feels good. Let's bust out the micrometer. Let's bust out the micrometer, y'all. or as my buddies down in Australia call it, the vernier caliper. See, I listen to you guys. All right, so north to south is 47 millimeters. That's nice. That's nice and short. And I mean, even with the way the female lynx are wanting to just kind of sit, it's only at 49.2. Because they're not wanting to completely like kind of fold under. They just kind of stop. So it's kind of like a male link that moves outward. So if you got chunky wrists, I guess that'll make it more comfortable. Let's see. And 13 millimeter thick. Again, this is a no date version. Again, they're not offering this with the date just yet, but I'm broadening my horizons. I was very anti no date, very anti bidirectional bezel. I've come around on both of those, and I've also come around on the Jubilee. So amazing how much you can grow and change within a year, just by trying, doing, experimenting, and seeing what other things have to offer. I do really like this high polished beveled edge. That looks really clean, nice and sharp. And like I said, I really can't get over like this bracelet looks like their typical old bracelet, but it feels better. It feels like the tolerances are tighter. Like there feels like there is less wiggle and jiggle in this bracelet than there typically is in like their other ones. I'll tell you what, hang on, let me grab another San Martin and let's test my theory out. All right, so we're going to check out a couple of these. This is the 017 that has the double pusher fold over clasp, milled clasp. You guys see what I'm saying? I mean, that's, again, I haven't sized that other one up to my wrist, but this one has been sized to my wrist, and I mean, you guys can just see there's a lot of wiggle jiggle there. I'm just not seeing this bracelet flex like that. Now again, this is a Black Bay 58, but again, basically same bracelet. This one's more in line with that one. I mean, you see what I'm saying? Like there's just a lot more, and like again, this one's actually female end link. So but see, like this end link will fold all the way under, where that one will not. This one's not as bad as the other ones we looked at, but you still see what I'm saying. Like, and you see the gaps? Like, you see them little teeny tiny gaps? Like that, where you can see behind it? I'm not seeing that on this one. I mean, I'm seeing, okay, well, no, I take that back. On a couple of the links, you can see a little more than others. But it looks like the gap is a little bit tighter to me, at least from my eye. And again, this is Sn0111. Yeah, I mean, I would have to say, and again, yeah, this has got male end links. But, yeah. I mean, you see what I'm saying? Just, now again, I've worn these watches, but I ain't worn them that damn much. Like I said, I'm just not getting that kind of, I mean, I'm getting, like I said, a little bit, but, it does not seem to have the same amount of play as the other bracelets, the previous designs and stuff like that. So, I guess there's something to say about that. I'm going to have to get this thing sized up. We'll try it all out and all that kind of good stuff. But so far, I mean, I'm kind of impressed with this thing. It seems like they have kind of straightened out several issues that they were having there. Not issues necessarily, but just seems like they made a few things better. See if we can get a Lume shot. Okay, so as normally expected from a San Martin, the Lume is banging. This stuff is popping really fresh, really bright, and I'd be willing to bet it lasts a several hour period, if not damn near all night. Again, I'll be able to tell you all after the usage review. But I really like that second hand. You know, like that thing just looks so cool. It's so easy to actually see it just trucking around the watch. I'm really hoping they do the same exact thing with the PT 5000. That'd be my only thing. You know, I wish they would do is do this exact same watch and just put that PT 5000 movement in it. Maybe also do it with the Dayton Cyclops, just because I do like my Dayton Cyclops. But I like the no date versions. They're very clean. It just, to me, if you're spending a lot of money or spending a good chunk of money, why not get the watch that does more? You know what I'm saying? Or does at least everything it can. You know, other than just tell time. And just so y'all can see, I am wearing my vintage Hamilton. Like I said, it's running beautifully. Again with a ETA 2750 movement that also beats at 21,600 beats. Matter of fact, let's throw this thing on a Timegrapher real fast. Just see where we're at with that. Oh, flip it on. Flip it on, flip it on, flip it on. Do, do, do. All right, let's see. Hang on. Just so y'all know, 53 is the correct angle of the dingle for NH35A. Looks like we can't see nothing because of the damn position. Let's see how this one is running. Oh, it looks like it still needs to be wound up. All right, let's give it a wind. I thought it might be running good enough or wound up good enough since it was already running. Movement feels good. Popped out nice. Does not appear to have a gasket down there, though. If they do, it's a teeny tiny one. If they do, it's a teeny tiny one. But the movement feels, yeah. The crown, stem, winding, popping out, all that felt very good. Now let's see what we got. Ah, that's a better. I mean, for an NH35A, plus 12 would be acceptable. Well, that's just a little crazy. Beater just went all kind of stupid, and the seconds per day went down. And see, like, this is one of the things why I prefer the PT 5000s. As I've got well over a dozen of them, most of them from the same brand, but from multiple brands. They all run like extremely low to no beat error, and right around this 5-6 second type deal. And see, we're back up to 17 seconds. This thing's got a wicked swing to it. Yep. So this one's running anywhere from +6 to +17 right now. Maybe that'll change once we wear it and all the oils and everything get lubed and moving around in there real good. But for the time being, I mean, it's running reasonable. Again, y'all got to remember, an H35A is allowed to go all the way up to like plus or minus 40 seconds per day. So again, another reason why I'm just not a big fan of the NH35A. I mean, like it is a good, reliable movement in the terms of it keeps working, but you know, I mean, come on, really? It's going to be allowed to be that far off? I mean, that's just kind of crazy. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing sized up to me. Oh, damn it, I grabbed the Phillips. Why would I grab the Phillips? You don't never hardly ever need the Phillips. All right, it feels like they got a little Loctite on these, which is a good thing. And you really should use some Loctite on your screws. Like somebody contacted me the other day and was like, hey, this happened on this watch. Do you think something's wrong? I was like, no, it happens. And I mean, unfortunately, it happens on expensive watches, cheap watches. Basically, if it has screws and even pins, the pins can back out too, but it's a little more rare. The screws, because the articulation and you moving your, hands and arms and stuff. Daggone it, why are you not coming out? That's not good. That's not good. All right, hang on a second. We're having technical difficulties. Okay, sorry about that. It was just stuck in there because of the damn Loctite. I didn't know how long it was going to take, and y'all know how I always complain about my phone shutting off at inopportune times, doing dumb stuff when it ain't supposed to. There we go. All right, tighten that up. Let's take one out on this side. I'll take one of them on the wrong side. Yep. Sorry, I'm not wearing my glasses. Now, it looks like they did polish the sides of the bracelet, which is interesting. Because like I said, they did not do that with the sides of the case, but I actually kind of like that because, I find that brushed is much more forgiving to somebody like me. Like, anywhere where typically my watches are brushed, if I get out the magnifying lens and stuff and turn on a really bright light, I can see some scratches. But for the most part, they are good to go. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. That fits very nice. Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm liking that very much. And see, I always a lot of people say to do your glide lock, um, adjusted halfway so you can go in or out. I typically say adjust it up to as tight as tight as it will fit on your wrist and not be cutting off the circulation, and then adjust outward throughout the day as you heat up and need it. Because typically, if I adjust it to where when I'm cold, it's just barely loose. Right here, it's not pinching anything. It's not super tight. I can barely get my fingers still up underneath it there. So, I mean, there's still a little room. But that's just me personally. Again, like I said, I find I need to be able to adjust it out some during the day, much less move it in. But see, I think I'm gonna just keep this one one click out, and that'll be perfect comfortable. Yeah, see that's just right. Now, one thing I will say, this bracelet feels better, but having it that snug, I can feel there's a slight edge on the inside of this bracelet. They took better care to make sure you don't feel it up here on this top, but they should have did a little bit better job on the inside here, because there's a sharp edge. I'm gonna have to take me a little dowel stick or something and rub on there and knock that down. But yeah, as soon as I had it on my wrist, I could actually feel it against my wrist. I don't have to do it to the bottom edge of this case too, because it's not like sharp, like razor sharp, but like you can feel it. You can feel it. So I'll do the full review. I'll go over these things and try and smooth that out. Because like I said, they might have, in trying to do me a favor, they might have hurried up this one out the door. But yeah, like I said, the overall fit and finish of this watch is just spectacular. And again, in fairness, I might have the damn thing just a little tight. But again, you shouldn't never really feel no sharp edges. But like you said, it doesn't look like that, but like I can feel it with my rough ass fingers. Yeah, you can probably you can probably hear my finger prints, rubbing across that. But anyway, please like, subscribe. I'll do a full review in a week or two. Let you know exactly what I think and how well I think it will hold up. But overall, I'm pretty impressed with this watch, especially like 240. Yeah, that's a pretty damn good deal. But the most impressive thing is this glide lock. That is just badass, spot on. I really like the hands. And I really like that seconds hand. That is just very cool looking. But y'all have a good day. Happy Friday. Peace out.